President Trump has fired senior officials at the Pentagon. So this is from CNN. The Trump administration has carried out sweeping changes atop the Defense Department's civilian leadership structure, removing several of its most senior officials and replacing them with perceived loyalists to the president. The flurry of changes announced by the Department of Defense in a statement roughly 24 hours after President Donald Trump fired Defense Secretary Mark Esper have put officials inside the Pentagon on edge and fueled a growing sense of alarm among military and civilian officials who are concerned about what could come next. 4 senior civilian officials have been fired or have resigned since Monday, including Esper, his chief of staff, and the top officials overseeing policy and intelligence. They were replaced by perceived Trump loyalists, including a controversial figure who promoted fringe conspiracy theories and called former President Barack Obama a terrorist. A senior defense official told CNN late Tuesday that it appears we are done with the beheadings for now, referring to the wave of ousted civilian leaders, including Esper. So, I have a lot to say about this. First of all, don't shed a tear for Esper. I believe he was the leader of, was it Raytheon? One of the defense contractors. He was one of the top guys at one of the defense contractors. And really, he had no business ever being in the Department of Defense in the first place because there's a massive conflict of interest. It's incredibly corrupt. There's that revolving door. And these guys look for more war. They do, because they're people who they know and they've worked with forever, and the companies they represent make a lot of money the more war there is. So do not shed a tear for Mark Esper. Do not shed a tear for him. It would be ridiculous to do that. Don't give me any of this BS like, welcome to the resistance. No. Stop it. I get angry just thinking about it. Okay? So that's the first point. Second point is, there are two possibilities here. Two possibilities, and I'll give you both. First, I'll give you the scary one. The scary interpretation of this is, well, hold on now. You have a president who just lost re-election. He's disputing the results every day. Like, it's nonstop. His entire Twitter feed is like, this fraudulent election, not real. This is fake news. I actually won. Nonstop. As the president is doing that, he's replacing all the top officials at the Pentagon. Does it look like a slow motion coup? Is that sketchy? If we saw some third world dictator doing that, wouldn't the U.S. immediately describe this as a coup attempt? Like, isn't that what this is? Replacing officials at the Pentagon as you're saying, no, this election's fraudulent, and you're putting all of your loyalists in positions. That is incredibly sketchy. Listen, even if you don't buy that, you have to admit that the optics of it are terrifying. You have to admit that. Okay, so that's one of the schools of thought. The other school of thought is, and there's actually been reporting on this, that the reason Trump is firing all these people in the Pentagon is because finally, after 4 years, he grew a pair of balls and realized, oh shit, I ran on getting out of Iraq and Afghanistan. We're still in Iraq and Afghanistan. And these ghouls at the Pentagon are the people who are keeping us there and are most responsible for that. I want them gone, and I want somebody who's going to carry out what I want, which is to pull out of Afghanistan. Some people are saying, hey, it's verified that these officials at the Pentagon are most responsible for keeping us in these wars. And Trump wants to get out of these wars. Before he leaves office, he would like to have one positive thing on, as part of his legacy, and ending the wars would be one of those things, or ending at least the war in Afghanistan. So that's why he's doing it. He wants to replace them with somebody who's actually going to listen to him as commander-in-chief when he says, hey, let's get out. Now, which one of those things is true, or is it a mix? I really don't know, guys. I really don't know. And unfortunately, we all have to get somewhat comfortable with this sense of uncertainty, because anybody who tells you they know what's going on, they don't. Nobody really knows what's going on. Unless you're in the room when these decisions are being made, and we're not, then we just don't know. And it comes through an ideological lens, a biased lens, whether it's the media talking about it or a certain reporter or somebody from within the administration. You just don't know. You just don't know what's going on. So if he's firing them because he actually wants to get out of the wars and these guys are standing in the way, good. if he's firing them and replacing them with his loyalists because he's doing a slow motion coup attempt and trying to get people as much in favor of him in high positions as possible, very bad. So I don't know what it is, but, it's my job to come out here and tell you guys what's happening, and that is what's happening right now. And at the very least, you have to say the optics of it are terrifying. At the very least, you have to say that. I guess we'll find out pretty soon if his move really is, let's actually pull out of Afghanistan, because then we'll be doing it, and he announces like every 6 months, like we're getting out, and then we just don't get out. So I don't know. We'll see if he actually pulls out. But imagine he pulls out and then Biden gets us right back in. Oh my God. Oh, I've said this before. I'll say it again. The season finale of America is getting really scary.